Welcome back, and we return with the show talking about Don Cherry. And he's no stranger to controversy, guys. I know you know that. And kind of laughing about some of the past comments that he's made. However, this one has ruffled a few feathers involving politicians as well, referring to seal meat. That was the topic with Ron MacLean on Saturday. The chat was just simply, about, what, I just had seal meat for lunch. This is what I'm doing in St. John's, Newfoundland. In which Cherry responded and erupted, saying, "What are you, a savage barbarian?" And that obviously started the ruckus that followed. A lot of people not too happy with his comments. He did apologize a couple of days later, saying he wasn't affecting or saying anything to those seal hunters or anybody out there in the Inuit. It's just who would want a seal burger, not necessarily who would eat seal meat. But guys, do you feel that, I know, and we said this, he is a guy who's full of controversy, but isn't it time for him to just hang it up? He's sounding like an old man. He's already an old man. Isn't it time to just give up Don and send him on his way? Is that fair?
Go ahead, Andrew.
Guys?
I like it. I think you should keep. You've kept him this long, and might as well just let him end out the rest of your contract. Like it's another Don Cherry controversy. If the last one didn't do it, and the one before that didn't do it, and the one before that didn't do it, I don't think this one's going to do it either. I think it's just eventually, once the contract, the 3 years, 4 years they have left, once it's done, Don will walk away, and no one will have to worry about losing Don Cherry because he'll be 85 by then. So I'm fine with it now. It's just Cherry being Cherry.
Like, what do you say to those comments?
I saw what he said, and I don't know, maybe he was meaning, being a little sarcastic or meaning something other than how he had said it. I know he said that he's eating wild game because he's a hunter and his friends are hunters or whatever, and he didn't want to offend that part of the Inuit. But you got to remember, you're on national television, and you just can't come out with these outlandish remarks, and as far as I understand, Ron MacLean was in a cafe in St. John's and ordered it for lunch, and so, that's part of their menu. It's not a lot different than us having bison burgers out here, possibly, right? So I don't know why Don Cherry went off on it the way he did anyway.
Because if you have seal meat sandwiched between two buns, you are a barbarian. I think that's where it came
Are we going to have those at the Red Dogs barbecues? Just want to make sure. I like my medium well.
Yeah.
Old bison would be good, Bill.
All right, we're going to move on, still sticking with hockey and actually the play. And I got to be impressed with this guy. NHL journeyman goalie Dubnyk, of course, has been ridiculed in Edmonton. He's had subpar games when he was with Nashville, Arizona. All of a sudden, he goes to Mini. He's lighting it up. His numbers, 8-1-0, a 1.49 goals against average, 4 shutouts, and he had a shutout streak that recently got snapped yesterday, even though they won, and a .940 save percentage. Is this the real Dubnyk, or have we seen him turn the page and maybe he becomes, not say a starter, but a serviceable backup?
You know what? I've been a Dubnyk fan since he came out of the WHL. I was very happy when he ended up in Edmonton. I wasn't happy with how it all ended, but he didn't get a lot of help from in front of him, whether it be defense or forwards back checking in Edmonton at all. And I saw him recently play with Phoenix when Mike Smith got hurt, and he stepped in and did a not too bad a job. But now he's got a team like Minnesota in front of him, and he's got some quality players. Probably one of the best defensemen in the NHL in front of him in Suter, and he's showing what he can do, and good on him. I'm glad to see Dubnyk doing well, because I think he's a good goaltender, and I don't think he really got a fair shake in Edmonton. But time will tell. But I think he's going to do good things in the league, and he's maturing too, because he's still a young guy, right?
Once players leave Edmonton, they become better. What do you say?
It's true. They do. It seems like everybody comes better. And that's the thing. When a young goalie in Edmonton in that situation, it was destined to fail. Throwing him in net in Edmonton was probably the wrong move at the time, and it showed in his record and his stats. And then Nashville was Nashville. Arizona actually had a winning record in Arizona, and then comes up to a team with people in front of him, an actual a playoff caliber team, and you put that in front of a goalie. You are going to start winning some games, and you're going to get more confident because you're not worrying about getting lit up with 40, 50 shots like he probably was in Edmonton every game. So, yeah, a little bit of a different scenario. I'd say you have to wait, though. I wouldn't make any calls on, is he the next superstar goaltender after 9 games? But definitely so great to see him coming out of it considering what he was facing in Edmonton.
All right, guys, we're going to take a timeout once again and return with more Gloves Over Under is next.